This is not where I parked. Welcome back to the verse, citizens. RSI has dropped a massive update to the roadmap, and we're going to have a look. Refinery stations, non-commercial overlays. Introducing new non-commercial overlays to the entry areas of refinery stations to add more variety and better suit the theme. Okay, if you're running ore to a refinery to be refined, doesn't that make you a commercial vessel and you just gonna use the commercial entry anyway? I don't get it. If anybody's got any more information, drop it down below. I'd like to hear about it. Stanton System Polish. Update assets, object presets, planet painting, and the global data of all planetary bodies in the Stanton System. I love a pretty game. Nobody does more than me. I love seeing the little fine details. I absolutely love it. But do we really need this much polish to the Stanton System when we're not, feature complete yet? I don't know. Just my thoughts. I'd rather see those resources go towards, maybe working on the Pyro system. New Asteroids, Stanton System. Creating replacements for the asteroids currently used in the Stanton System using the new organic asset workflow. Kind of ties in with my last comment. The assets look great. Wonderful looking asteroids. I've crashed into many of them. Do we really need to put this much polish into the asteroids at this point in an alpha? Just my thought. Adding 2 new cave entrances to the PU. The drive-in entrance will allow players to enter using a ground vehicle, while the sinkhole entrance will allow players to enter and exit using a ship. This sounds like a lot of fun. I really hope that, and I know it probably won't happen because I want it to, but I'm really hoping that you can use a handheld tractor beam to grapple your way in and out of these caves. That would be fun. I see a whole new form of racing entertainment here. I'm down. Somebody let me know if that works. I'm in. Under gameplay, missions, spawn closets. The initial implementation of spawn closets. These areas allow entities such as NPCs to spawn in areas outside of player view. These will be used to support missions, location populations, and security responses. I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to have a little bit more robustness to the NPCs currently, as opposed to having them stand around on their benches doing nothing. Here's a thought. As opposed to just keeping in a closet, why not use it to spawn in, say, pirate NPC ships out of an asteroid? Can we have a spawn asteroid? Mounted guns. Further expanding the player's arsenal by allowing them to take control of a mounted gun on either a vehicle or the ground. These weapons will offer greater firepower and stability at the cost of mobility. I like this. What I see here is expanding the player's arsenal. What about the non-player's arsenal? Can we have a couple of these down on those planet bust missions where you gotta go down, take out the turrets, take out the NPCs inside? Give me a couple of guys out front with these. I think that's going to add a little bit of fun to that kind of a mission. Same with Klesher. Let's get a couple of these guys out front on mounted chain guns and have them just start firing at will at oncoming ships. I think this is a great idea. I actually hope to see it more in the NPC's hand than the PC's hand, to be honest. Force reactions, expanding on the physics-based reaction to physical forces. Actors are made to stagger and collide with their environment and experience inertia regardless of being the pilot. Okay, so theory crafting. Say you have a friend with a cutlass. Say your friend is not a very good cutlass pilot. He's smashing into other ships. He's smashing into asteroids. He's bouncing off of hangars. If I'm in the back of said cutlass while all this is going on, will this throw me around? Because if that's the case, I need more friends with cutlasses. Missile, guidance and control rework. Convert missiles to use the IFCS guidance and control systems. This will improve missile performance and tracking ability, enabling greater control over general missile behavior. I think this is much needed. Missiles generally have been in a real crap place for a very long time. I know countermeasures were worked on. I'm assuming this is the yin to that yang. Vehicle names and serial numbers. Adding the ability for ships to display custom player-assigned names on the side of their ships. Special serial numbers will also be shown, and all other ships will have unique serial numbers displayed to identify them in the universe. Do we really need this at this point? Is this a feature? Sure, cool, kind of neat. I can't wait to count how many different variations we can find of the word Enterprise or Firefly. I like where this is going, though. I like the idea of being able to add special identifications to your ship. I'm hoping this is just the first iteration, and later on down the line, we'll actually be able to design our own. Call that version 1 to ship personalization. Vehicle visual degradation. Introducing visual wear and tear to player ships as they age and degrade. When implemented, ships will subtly change depending on how long they have existed in the verse. Okay, so is this a visual change, or is this an actual physical change? If I can manage to go 6 months without crashing my MSR, is it gonna fly like a pile of dog crap on a brick? If that's the case, I think that's actually really cool. The problem I see here is nobody is gonna want to fly an old, beat up looking pile of crap unless replacement costs are expensive. If they're not, people are just going to claim. Merlin Constellation Docking. Added the ability for the Merlin snub fighter to dock and undock with the Constellation, along with guidance mode UI to ensure correct alignment during the docking process. Congratulations, Constellation owners. You're finally getting use of your Merlin, it looks like. I do see a potential future gameplay loop for this type of an asset. If they can use a UI mode, guidance mode, to bring in the Merlin, I don't see why they can't use the same idea of a guidance mode UI to do ship-to-ship refueling. I'm hoping this is the version 1 of that whole system. It's got to happen. Missile operator mode. Missiles will now be controlled under a dedicated missile operator mode, which gives players the option to select and fire specific missiles while operating in ships that allow for different types of missiles and torpedoes. I actually think this is a good idea. There's a fair number of ships that you can have a variety of missiles. There isn't a lot of situations, I don't think. I mean, if you can hold a size 3, you generally do. But there are times when maybe you just want to spam a bunch of size 1 missiles at somebody just to be annoying. Well, this is for you. Loss System version 2 Surrender. To allow players to be arrested without losing their life. They will be able to surrender by coming to a halt and powering down their ships when ordered to by security. Security will halt their attack and arrest criminal players and impound the ship if owned by a criminal. See this being good and useful, but there's a huge caveat to this. If by surrendering you can lower your time in Klesher, then I think this could work. There's been countless times where I'm out just minding my own, out in the verse, doing what I do, and somehow I just mysteriously rack up a level 4 crime stat. Parking violations mostly. If I got stopped and had the option to surrender to lower my time in Klesher because I'm not ready to log off, I don't really feel like mining. If you've actually got a mining tool there to use, bug, I think this actually could be a good thing. It's going to be interesting how this plays out with PvP bounties. I'm very curious to see some of this go down. Ship to station docking, adding the ability to dock large ships to docking ports at space stations, including various related work such as having an ATC assign you docking ports where appropriate. Building out docking connectors and lobbies in space stations for large ships to connect to. I think this is a pretty cool idea. You know, it's going to free up some hangar and some dock space. Whether they plan to rework some of that to accommodate a larger amount of smaller ships, I don't know. Currently, there are no ships that require this asset, unless the Hull series is a little closer than we think. Object, push and pull. The mechanic allows players to grab some larger objects and move them around an environment by either pushing and pulling them. Okay, isn't that what we have a tractor beam for? If anybody's got any more information on that one, I'd love to know, because I'm curious to see what they're calling larger objects. Ships and vehicles. That's right, your Tumbril Nova has finally arrived. Building, implementing, and balancing the Tumbril Nova as a drivable vehicle. Awesome, cool, fantastic. What are you going to do with it? There is literally almost zero ground gameplay in Star Citizen currently, unless you like to mine with a rock or hand mining. Then, you know, sure, that's ground gameplay. But unless you're going to load up your Tumbril Nova into the back of your Hercules, fly around, and try to take out gray cat rocks that just happen to be on the ground mining, sure, man, like, yeah, you got yourself a DIY C-130 right there, and all the power to you. Crusader M2 and A2 Hercules Starlifter encompasses all tasks including design, art, audio, and tech required for the implementation of the Crusader M2 Herc and A2 military transport into the PU. All of you Caterpillar owners now, you can begin the great cat melting of 2021. This will pretty much decimate the Caterpillar in every way, shape, and form as far as I can see. Atmospheric flight will be better. Top speeds I haven't compared yet, but I'm sure they're relatively similar. I just think the Herc is going to be a better, as far as cargo ship, in all aspects to the Cat. The M2, I still haven't found a purpose for the M2 yet. Just can't see it. It's not a dogfighter, but it's got a lot of guns. It doesn't have as much cargo, but it's got cargo. I don't know. It kind of seems like it's in that awkward space. And that is the 313 roadmap. What do you guys think? Cave entrances excite me. I think those are going to be a lot of fun. Do you guys own a Hercules Starlifter? Are you excited to finally see it in flight? You Tumbril Nova owners, what's the first thing you're going to blow up? Let me know what you guys think down below. Take care. We'll see you in the verse.